Yeah. It's a bullpen game. Must be. Well, they haven't done Grove was supposed to pitch. Maybe it's Grove. They're gonna call him up to see what he can do. God, we got some young studs, don't we? He was unbelievable. I saw the game. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe the game last night. He was amazing. And then once he hits the end, that's it. He has 4 great innings in him, it looks like. That's perfect. That's all we need. We'll take it. All right, let's do this and get it over with. You want to begin with the yes. Let's do what you did here. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Hopefully this is becoming familiar at this point.
Or you're tired of it.
Return.
We return.
We return.
We return.
We return. Return again. We return.
We return.
We return.
We return.
We return, return again and again to love, love, love. We return again to love. We return.
We return.
We return.
We return.
We return. Return again. We return.
We return.
We return.
We return.
We return, return again and again to truth, truth, truth. We return again to truth. Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva Chadesh Yameinu Kikadam Yalalai lai lalai Yalalai lai lalai Yalalai lai 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 Yalalai lai lalai Yalalai lai lalai Yalalai lai 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 Yalalai lai lalai Yalalai lai lalai Yalalai lai 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 Yalalai lai lalai Yalalai lai lalai Yalalai lai lai lai. We return. We return. We return, return again. We return. We return. We return, return again and again to you. 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 We return again to you.
Shabbat Shalom. You know, Shabbat Shuva is an interesting Shabbat. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I got for you. If you just think about kind of look who's here, right? You know, we've just went to the Rosh Hashanah. We have Yom Kippur around the corner. And I guess it's a lot of davening, a lot of praying for people. So we're all a little bit off. You may notice something's missing on the bima. Let's see if any of you can guess what it is. That's where I went off the bima. Yeah. So we're not going to do candles tonight because we're not going to do candles tonight. It's been one of those days, I think, for everyone. I know. Oh, wait, here we go. Excuse me.
First service back in the sanctuary, folks.
I'm not lighting them, don't worry, man. I don't want to ruin the wood here. We're going to call this the annual Marx Brothers Shabbat service. I think we should do Lecha Dodi Candle.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I think we need a little Shabbat. Candles or not. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat, nekapla. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat, nekabla. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom umevorach. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom umevorach. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat, nekabla. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat, nekabla. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom umevorach. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom umevorach. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, ve'amad yivrach chirutei ve'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael, bagala, uv'izman kariv ve'imeru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach, le'alam ulal me'amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal, shemei dekureshah brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechema. אתה תמירן ועלמא ואמרו Amen.
Invite you, if you're able to please rise. We join together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, bechokma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umisader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakir kirtzono. Bore yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom mevi layla, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אלחי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. This is an hour of change. Within it, if we stand, uncertain on the border of light, thanks, Cantor, shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, my beloved, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, my beloved, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. Together, everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah, mitzvot, laws, and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We'll rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel and all the world. I invite us to take a deep breath in.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבביך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך,
ובשעריך, למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני, אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני, אדוני אלוהיכם.
In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there's one God in heaven and earth.
Thy heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Yai, lai, yai, lai, lai, lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, lai. Yai, lai, yai, lai, lai, lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Micha mocha, ba'elim Adonai. Micha mocha, nedar b'kodesh nora. Tehilot, osef eleh, nora. Tehilot, osef eleh. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam. Ze li'anu ve'amru, ze li'anu ve'amru. Adonai, yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai, yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar, ki fada Adonai et Yaakov, uge'alo miyad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu, lechaim, lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu, lechaim, lechaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu, lechaim, lechaim. May you shelter us with peace until Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim l'chaim.
We now continue with our tefillah. I invite you, if you're able to please rise.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'Neihem, L'Ma'an Shemo Be'ahava. Zochrenu L'Chaim, Melech Chafetz B'Chaim, V'chotvenu b'sefer ha'chaim, L'mancha Elohim chaim. Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah. Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei ha'kol ata rav le'hoshia, Morid ata, Mechakel chayim, Mechayei ha'kol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofei cholim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Micha mocha bal gevurot, U'mito melach, Melech meimit u'mechaye, U'matzmiach Yeshua. Micha mocha el harachamim, Zocher yitzurav l'chaim berachamim. V'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai mechayei hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, HaMelech HaKadosh.
Please be seated. God, help us to make this new Shabbat. After noise, we seek quiet. After crowds of indifferent strangers, we seek to touch those we love. After concentration on work and responsibility, we seek freedom to meditate, to listen to our inward selves. We open our eyes to the hidden beauties and the infinite possibilities in the work you are creating. We break open the gates of the reservoirs of goodness and kindness in ourselves and in others. We reach toward one holy, perfect moment of Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. We join together. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha lachen na'el lehodot. Amen. You'll never guess what's happening next. So this week's Torah portion is the last portion of the year. Such a weird thing to say. It's Ha'azinu, the end of Deuteronomy. It's actually the shortest portion. I think there's an intentionality with that. It is one that always occurs on Shabbat Shuva. Always occurs on this particular Shabbat, in between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And I love it because the title of the portion is Ha'azinu, like I said, which means give ear. Give ear. What a great way to end the Torah on some level, to remind us that we need to listen. We're very good at expressing ourselves. We're very good at saying, I need to say how I feel. This is how I feel. I need to tell you how I feel. Which is great, but we forget that other piece. And that other piece is really leaning into listening and having that patience to truly understand someone before we comment. I'm talking to myself too as I'm talking to you as well. It's so important for us really to hear and listen and to ask the questions and really lean into what the other person's saying. One of the techniques that I work on, all my couples that do marital and premarital counseling, is the idea of repeating what someone says prior to you saying something. It's a great technique because it validates the person who's speaking before you open your mouth about your opinion. And then it becomes this intense dialogue as opposed to saying, you know what, I hear you saying this. Yeah, that's what I said, thank you. You know, this is what I think about that. Cool, I hear that you think that. So that we first comment on what the person says as opposed to, or we repeat what the person says before we comment. And if you do that, you'll notice for those that have occasional arguments, it reduces those completely because we're listening to each other. And by the way, we occasionally have arguments about things that I was afraid that was going to happen at some point. Yeah. What else is going to pop up? We'll see. But it's so important to really eliminate the possibility of not understanding one another, which causes arguments. Sometimes we're misunderstood because we weren't heard right or we didn't speak right. Wouldn't it be nice to be given the opportunity to try again? We do that by repeating. And that's why it's so important. Ha'azinu, give ear, listen. It's also such an important value in leadership, being able to truly listen. And I think it's also perfect that we install our leadership on this night of this portion because it's a great reminder to our leadership that the first order of business is ha'azinu, is giving ear, is truly listening to our congregants and listening to, if you will, all of those around us. And there are many people that don't say what they really think. We got to hear from them too. So really listening to what everyone thinks is so important for a synagogue. And so I would like to invite forward the members of our Board of Trustees who are going to be installed now. As you come up, you'll get your nifty little paper. In a moment, take a mic, share that mic. Sir, down. Good. I like hearing that. We have a role for him in brotherhood. Oh, man. Man, do I hear you, brother? Boy, do I hear you. Should you go down? Sir? There you go, sir. Yeah, right. It's a very hard thing. And I believe we have Easy, our president, Jordy's here. So, Jordy, come on up. You're also a member of the Board of Trustees, by the way. But I'll give you the easy one just because we need a rep. And sisterhood. Any sisterhood members?
Oops. I'll treat.
Representing sisterhood. Any brotherhoods? Bros? I'll trade you that for a first-round draft pick. Okay. Just have all of our players now. What? Yeah. I just called them up. Ellen, are you on the Board of Sisterhood? If you're in the Board of Sisterhood, come on up. What, do I have to give you a graved invitation? Maze shtuyot. Sisterhood. Here you go. Take this. Here you go. Anyone else for Brotherhood of the Youth Reformed? Okay. One of those days.
Oh boy.
It's Mark's Brother Shabbat. We're going to call Mark's Brother Shabbat from now on because we're all brain dead. All right. You ready? Get out your paper. Well done, Bev. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. That was beautifully done. Really good. Really good. Yeah. I want to take the opportunity also to thank each of you for your commitment to our synagogue. In all seriousness, it makes the difference, obviously, because you run the synagogue. And without you, we wouldn't have a synagogue. I also want to thank your partners in life. Even if they're not here, we want to thank them for their support in what you do as well, and for your families as well. So thank you all. Thank you all. Sure. Well, go ahead. Sure. I have plenty of time to do that. Please.
Jordan, you're first.
Hi, my name's Jordan, and I'm EZ President.
I'm Steve Crandell. I am the immediate past president.
I'm Virginia Beck, and I'm a trustee.
I'm David Hyman. I'm the current president.
Dan Rose, trustee.
Jessica Blitchock, trustee.
Shannon Brown, VP admin.
Couture Cooper, trustee.
I'm Brandon Frederick, and I'm VP of Ritual Education Youth and also the Secretary of the Brotherhood.
Dan.
That's it. That's good for now.
Ron Bloomstein, trustee. Byron Lilly, treasurer.
Beverly Mendel, trustee for Temple Emanu-El and immediate past president of Sisterhood. And WRJ Pacific District Area Director for Northern California.
Okay, that's right. Judy Levy, and I'm the chair of the Tikkun Olam Committee.
Joy Powell, I'm president of Sisterhood.
Jeff Rudy, president of Brotherhood.
Yvonne Nemec, VP of Membership for Sisterhood.
Alan Rudy, treasurer of Sisterhood. Oritz Gorka, VP fundraising of Sisterhood.
Frazier.
Fabulous congregant. Nice. That was a great question to ask. So it's our great honor to bless you as you have blessed us with your presence and your amazing leadership. Invite all of us to raise our hands together. No, you're being blessed. You're being blessed. Come on. May God bless you and may God keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's radiance shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
And may God always be a source of strength, of wholeness, completeness, and peace in your lives. As we all say together, Amen.
Amen. Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Mazel tov. And we did miss one role for Steve Crandell. He's also paper collector. So just wanted to put that out there. Very well done. He doesn't want yours, Joy. You're going to stay here for the whole service, so you guys don't mind. Actually, guys, you're welcome to go. think what we should do now is, we have announcements next, or?
We have silent prayer and everything too. Just move.
Do you want me to do announcements?
I think what we should do is go right to.
Oh, well, you're doing them.
And then why don't you, and I'll go back.
I wish someone had told me.
I'll go back.
Give me like 30 seconds.
Do I have announcements?
The director also, that's hilarious.
Oh, I missed it.
So let's do announcements, and then you follow. So
Okay.
you guys do
You
a
go
tag
first.
team. You guys do a tag team. Don't worry about it, just put it there. I got it. Go ahead, do announcements.
I just found out I was doing the announcements because my name's on the piece of paper. Yeah. Shabbat Shalom. I'm Steve Crandell. Welcome to our Erev Shabbat Shuva services led by Rabbi Magat and Cantor Shafritz. After the service, we invite you to join us for Kiddush Hamotzi Oneg in the Temple House, during which our gift shop will be open. That was almost an English sentence. Today's Oneg is sponsored by Brandon and Rebecca Frederick in memory of John Helt and Jerry Jacobs in memory of Samuel Jacobs. First, Mazel Tov on the installation of our new Board of Trustees, Sisterhood, Brotherhood, and Easy Boards. Our Yom Kippur services take place at the Heritage Theater this Sunday evening, starting at 7 p.m. and through Monday afternoon, ending with Break the Fast. Got to read that carefully, otherwise it ends at breakfast. If you do not have tickets and would like to attend, please register through our online system so tickets can be prepared for you in advance. After Yom Kippur, we have a full week of Sukkot events coming up, starting next Friday night with our first night fiesta, which begins at 5:30 p.m. Please check your Shabbat handout or online for a list of Sukkot and Simchat Torah events for all ages. We'd love to see you there. Just RSVP online. Looking ahead, on Saturday, October 14th is our next Shabbat in Nature at Montebello Open Space Preserve. On October 15th, starting at 9:30, we begin our Sunday speaker series with cybersecurity expert Phil Shannon of ID Shield. Though you don't see physical food barrels anymore, our virtual food barrels are open for your high holiday food donation to Second Harvest Food Bank. Just click on the QR code on the handout to donate. Shabbat Shalom and Hatima Tovah.
Thank you, Steve. As I had mentioned earlier, my name is David Hyman, and I am the president of the board. And I want to thank you all for coming out and supporting our installation. So kudos to you. As Rabbi mentioned, the board is here to represent you, and we listen to you. And so if you ever would like to call, email, text me, I'm here. Everyone else on the board is there to listen to you because, you know, we're your representatives on the temple. Now, I would be derelict of my duty as president to not mention the annual campaign. This is my job until December. The annual campaign, as I mentioned in my Connections article, for those of you who hadn't had a chance to read it yet, I know your reading stacks are really long and Connections are close to the top, but the temple is here for all of you, but we don't raise enough money from commitments to run the temple. So we kind of rely on the annual campaign to close the gap between commitments and expenses. And we really, you know, we've got a gorgeous facade and a wonderful synagogue and an amazing staff. And we want to make sure that everything is still here to be able to kind of practice our Judaism. And that's how we do it, is through the annual campaign. So I want to thank you all for attending, and Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to sit down.
Now focus our energies toward those who are ill and in need of healing. On this Shabbat, we think of Seth Ammerman, Jana Agrovich, Sally Emerendez, Chana Bat Miriam, Bobby Barco, Bob Bell, Robert Berg, Ira Berkowitz, Arnold Berliner, Sandy Beinstock, Pauline Bronstein, Carol Brindell, Rich Burns, Ina Bruns, Melissa Champer, Chu Chi, Talia Sarowski, Bonnie Coleman, Deanna Courtwright, David Dierig, Midori Dierig, Henry Hansen, Jenna Fishoff-Hyman, Carolyn Franklin, Holly Fugit, Marilyn Fuller, Roberta Gabriel, Marcia Gieser, Ellie Gersley, Charlene Griffin, Jack Haff, Olivia Hand, Marilyn Hanloff, Avram Harris, Linda Harris, Dr. Gary Height, Jennifer Johnson, Mimi Jones, Sylvia Karp, Don Kepler, Evelyn Katz-McCosker, Carol Lesage, Carol Lerner, Jackie Levinson, Daniel Long, Bobby Lotman, Austin Lucero, Janice Lucero, Maureen McIntyre, Stephen Marceri, Rich McCarthy, Nick Murphy, Barbara Wanamaker-Neiman, Glenn Overstreet, Melanie Pearson, Alice Pons, Sherry Prezant, Tad Prezant, Stephanie Rasmussen, Harriet Reisner, Ramon Rivas, Linda Rogers, Julius Rodriguez, Jessica Rom, Eva Rose, Devone Ross, Lois Starr, Daryl Sanchez, Laura Sanders, Victoria Schneider, Judy Schwartz, Norma Slavitt, Kathleen Spencer-Jones, Jonathan Stern, Dana Stitzkin, Donna Thyman, Gina Thrower, Eleanor Williams, Sue Witten, David Weiner, Monica Wiley, Yaakov Ben Ada, Brandon Yarkin, Rich Zeberger, Tammy Ziegelhofer. If you wish to add another name to a healing list, I invite you to raise your hand. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We wish upon all those you mentioned and those who remain unnamed, refuah shlema, as we join together praying for their better health with Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mikor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We continue with Elenu. Please rise if you're able.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'tet gedula le'yotzer breshit, shehu noteh shamayim v'yoser haaretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim himal, u'shchinatu zo b'govhei meromim, hu Eloheinu ein od, va'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד. Ushemo, Ushemo, Ushemo Echad.
Please be seated. we come to the moment in our service we think about loved ones who have died recently or in years past, I invite you, upon hearing the name of your loved one, if you choose to stand as a sign of love and grief for that person, and to remain standing until all the names on our yahrzeit list have been recited. Then together we will all rise. On this Shabbat, we're mindful of those that are grieving the Shiva, the first week of mourning for Perry Perwin, brother of Janice Decker. We also think of those that are grieving the Shloshim, the 30-day period of mourning for Lucy Delman, as well as those that are grieving the Shana for Evan Aronoff, Mike Kahn, Julian Cannell, Laura Danoff Robinson, Robert DeNike, Jenny Deshotsky, Edith Donath, Mervyn Derlister, Ingrid Einstein, Daniel Ellsberg, Betty Fargo, Harold Fletcher, Mary Gold, Natalie Goldman, Bobby Gornberg, Jacqueline Hall, Roosevelt Hoover, Walter Jacobs, Young Kim, Shirley Lerner, Owen Lurio, Marion Mates, Nancy Markham, Bishop P.J. McGraw, Maria Bita McClure, Joyce Mendel, Carolyn Offenhartz, Janice Palmer, Bradley Parkins, Thomas Parkins, Deanna Marie Pender, Heidi Preston, Ruth Rosenberg, Lawrence Ross, Mitzi Sapper, Judy Siegel, Joan Singer, Howard Sutkin, Wells Wagner, Sherman Zell. We also think of the following yahrzeits that we observe on this Shabbat as we think of Lana Borowski, David Borowski, Ann Brecker, Stuart Brown, Abraham Cherkasky, Bill Cox, Michael Dubrow, Dorothy Edinson, Eva Emanuel, Henry Ferguson, Anthony Furman, Nessia Fistrom, Eva Fredkin, Robert Friedman, Victor Gans, Dorothy Golding, Marion Grant, William Grant, Helen Greenberg, Dutchie Henkin, John Helt, Bessie Horowitz, Alice Jackson, Samuel Jacobs, Richard Johnson, Robert Cass, Philip Klein, Eli Constant, Felicia Lauber, Becca Lasek, David Lee, Mo Lifshitz, Jules Leventhal, Lee Jacob May, Irene R. Miller, E. Kenneth Miller, Mary Pintoff, Clara Poley, Elvin Ress, Mary Rosenberg, Bessie Rosenberg, Ruth Rosenberg, Harry Rosenthal, Augusta Caskell Rotholtz, Mike Rudin, Marie Rusnak, Diane Schneider, Aaron Siegel, Dr. William Silen, Lena Kastner, Silverman, Dory Smolin, Cecilia Gilden Spiegelman, Judy Wax, Carol Wachtenheim, Joseph Wasserman, Florence Weiss, Marvin Weissman, Bill Williams. Zichronam livracha, may all the memories of our loved ones endure as a blessing as we all rise to recite together our mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei rabba, be'alma divra chirutei v'amlich malchutei, b'chai echon of yom echon uv'chai d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'alav uzman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'alam olmei alamaya, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה ברכו לעולם מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה משמיה וחיים עלינו והכל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום Aleinu v'akol Yisrael v'akol Yoshvei Tevel ve'imru. Amen. Please be seated.
On this Shabbat Shuva, in the middle of these days of awe, this time of renewal, we need, I don't know what we need. We need something.
Obviously, a shluff. We needed a shluff, I think.
We need a shluff, apparently, yes. But we want that sense of return, that sense of renewal, maybe a sense of clarity, purity, whatever that means to you during this season.
Create a pure heart in me, O God. Create a pure heart in me, Create a pure heart in me, O God. Create a pure heart in me, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within. Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha, v'nashuva, v'nashuva, Chodesh, Chodesh, Yameinu kekedem. Chodesh, Chodesh, Yameinu kekedem.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. We'll see you in the Temple House.
Maybe.